Hi, okay, so recently I've decided that yellow is my all-time favorite color, as I'm sure a lot of you have decided, because yellow is very in this year. So I've been actually wearing it a lot. I bought a lot of yellow things recently, and I've been wearing this eye makeup a lot, which is kind of like a yellowy gold, very blended look, I guess, and I really like it. A lot of people really like it. I feel like yellow is very, like, underrated. Like, I thought for a lot of years, like, I was like, I hate yellow, like, that's such an ugly color, but I don't know, recently I'm like, yellow is my favorite color. Anything yellow I have to buy, like I have to wear yellow every day, it is my favorite. It's just like such a bright, happy, like sunshine color. So yeah, that's the look I'm doing today. So if you like want to wear yellow eyeshadow, you don't know how to do it, or you just don't know maybe what like other colors to pair it with and stuff like that, watch this video and I'll show you how I do it. Also, quick reminder that I do have other social medias as well, so feel free to follow me on Instagram and on Snapchat and Twitter. I think that's it. Yeah, and also feel free to subscribe to this channel as well, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to start by priming my face with this Hard Candy Sheer Envy primer. Okay, and lately I haven't been using foundation. I've just been using this Body Shop BB cream. It's tea tree oil in it, so I feel like it'll be better for my skin. And I have a lot of freckles, and lately I've been actually trying to like show them off a little bit. So I feel like by not putting on a full coverage foundation, you can see them a little bit more. And I'm using my damp beauty blender to blend it out. This beauty blender that I use is literally like $5. It's the Quo one from Shoppers Drug Mart, and it's my favorite beauty blender in the whole wide world. I noticed that more expensive beauty blenders are like a lot harder, I guess. This is more soft and spongy. Okay, now that that is all blended, I'm using my Maybelline New York Master Conceal Camouflage Concealer. I use Fair, which I believe is the lightest shade. And just dab it on the areas where I would highlight. Mostly under my eyes and my chin. But I'm going to use my silicone sponge. I got this not long ago, but since I got it, it's been my favorite thing ever to blend out concealer. If you want like a full review on this, I can make a video on that as well. I actually seen that there's ones that are shaped like a beauty blender, but still made of silicone. I kind of want that one as well, because I like this one, but I'm so used to the shape of the actual beauty blender that I feel like that would be way easier for me to blend out with and kind of like get into corners and stuff like that, but I don't have an issue with this one either. It's just different because it's a flat surface rather than a round one. But I definitely have noticed that I use a lot less product using this sponge rather than my finger even, or a beauty blender. I am going to take my NYX Wonder Stick, and I never use the light side, but I'm using the dark side to contour. And then I'm just using a foundation brush to blend it out. I like to use a brush for contour because I feel like it's more precise than a sponge. And I'm just taking a lighter concealer and sharpening this line here. I'm blending it with my finger. And I'm taking my Rimmel London Stay Matte Powder and Transparent and a big kabuki brush. And I'm setting just under my eyes, basically my T-zone. And I also set right where I sharpen that line just so that it doesn't look so cakey. Okay, now I'm taking my Benefit Hoola Bronzer and a angled brush and powder contouring with that. I just take a smaller fluffy brush to contour my nose with, and the same bronzer. Took me like 3 times to say that. And now I'm just gonna blend that out with oh my god, I literally can't talk today. Okay, now I'm gonna blend that out with an e.l.f. Cool Bronzer. Looks like this. I've used it a lot, that's why I've hit pan. And I just blend them all together and then put that just above my contour. You need a warm color in between your contour and your highlight to blend it together. Make it look a little more natural. Add some warmth to your face. Sun-kissed. Beautiful. Next, okay, I haven't been wearing blush lately because I just decided I don't want to anymore. So, moving on to highlight. My new favorite highlight thing, actually I have 2, which I layered together and it looks great. I love it. So I got this Maybelline New York Master Strobing Liquid, which I really like this. Okay, you would have seen in my last tutorial that I really love this Cover FX Enhancer Drops. This is obviously very expensive. This is much cheaper. Still love this. Still beautiful. But what I like about what I like about this one is that it's more of a cream rather than a liquid. So I feel like it's kind of easier to control, keep in one area, where this is like very liquidy. It's kind of hard to explain, but like if you used both of them, you would understand, I guess. But there are two different colors, so I like this one. I want to be like more gold, and this is more like silvery. What color did I get? It's in light iridescent. So, because I'm light, obviously I got that. Still love that too, but I'm going to use this today just because I haven't used it on my channel before. So I just put a little bit on my finger, and this is like the consistency of it. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's like pretty thick. Whereas the other one is like liquid. I'm not sure how much I bought this for, but I don't think it was too expensive. Obviously it's like drugstore, so. And I'm going to put a little bit of that on the tops of my cheekbones. Blend with my finger. So on top of that, something else new that I got is this Becca highlighter. I got this free from Sephora because I think it was 100 points or something like that, and I had points. And I really wanted to try this highlighter, but I didn't want to buy it because I think the real one is like 60 bucks. It's much bigger, obviously. So I got a little tiny version of it. It's the Becca highlighter in Opal. So it's just like the size of an eyeshadow, but it's so pretty and it's honestly so pigmented. This will probably last me like forever. But when I run out of this, I'll for sure get the full-size version of it because I love it. So I just take a blush brush and put that over where I put the other highlight. Blend it all around. I'm not sure if like the camera's picking it up, but it's so pretty. Favorite highlight ever. I have a lot of like holographic sort of looking highlights because that's what's in right now, but I didn't have any like normal like just gold highlights that are like really pretty. So that's why I wanted to get this. Like I have a rainbow highlight and like the Moonchild palette and like things like that, like blue highlighters, but I didn't have a gold one. Like, so I just put way too much of this on. And next I'm going to move on to eyebrows. Brush them up first. Still have half eyebrows. I thought about growing them back, but people seem to like my eyebrows now, so. Okay, so I use for my eyebrows this Ardell brow pomade in blonde. I'm almost out of it. I want to get Wonder Brow. I think I'm going to get that. This is really difficult for me to film for some reason. I don't know. Start with that, and then lately I've been using a powder just on the ends as well, because as you can see with the pomade, it shows up darker where I have actual hairs, and then where I don't have hairs it looks lighter because it's against skin rather than hair, right? So I have this, I think this is Ardell, no, Kiss. I don't know what brand this is. I got this like 2 years ago, but it's like a brow palette. It's pretty messy, but it has like a lighter shade, a darker shade. That's supposed to be a highlight shade, but it has the dark stuff in it, so I won't use that. But I take the lighter shade and I do it, and then I'll put a little bit of the darker shade as well, just on the ends. I'm not a super fan of using powder on my eyebrows because I feel like it looks very harsh, but this is just what I do for now because the ends go so much lighter than the rest of my eyebrow. Okay, and then I'll just brush them out one more time. Then I take a concealer brush and some cream concealer and just clean up them a little bit. And I use a lighter powder underneath and one that is the same color as my skin tone over top. Okay, and then lastly for brows, I'm just using a brow mascara. I don't even know what this is called because it's so old. The label has come off of it, but I know that it's L'Oreal Paris. I think it's just called brow mascara. I have it in blonde. This is my favorite one ever. So I'm just running that through the hairs. Okay, now moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to prime my eyelids with this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. I don't always use an eye base, just only when I'm going to be using bright colors. And okay, now it's really important to use a clean brush when you're using light or bright colors like yellow. Because if there's any other shades on your brush, it's going to make it look muddy. So I'm using my Metal Matte Kat Von D palette. I'm going to use a few palettes, but if you don't have these palettes, just look for shades that are similar. You don't necessarily have to have this specific shade. These are just what I use to create the look. But I'm going in with Feather, which is a light kind of creamy yellow color. And I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm going to put that in my crease. And I blend this one out a lot. This is kind of like my transition shade. I love this color so much. When I first got this palette, I like never used this color because I didn't really know what to do with it. But now I use it all the time. I'm in love with it. My camera just died halfway through that, but I got some crazy fries and a milkshake, so I am. Okay, anyways, okay. There might be food on my face. That's okay, I'm a messy lady. I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics first edition of the 120 color palette. And I'm taking, there's like two sides to it. I'm gonna be using like the yellow colors, obviously, because I'm doing yellow. So I'm gonna take the same brush. I'm gonna start with kind of a lighter yellow. And these are more of like a neon yellow, whereas the other one was kind of like a creamy yellow. And I'm doing the same thing with that, but just not blending it out quite as much as I did with the other color. And I'm taking that underneath as well. And then I'm going to go with a kind of darker, more vibrant yellow. And I'm starting to put that on the outer corner and then into the crease as well. And I'm going to go back with Feather and just layer that over top because I want it to be, I don't want it to be super neon. I just want it to be a really nice, soft, pretty yellow. I'm going to take a flat brush, actually wait, yeah, flat brush and Flash, Flash from the Kat Von D palette, which is one of the metal palettes, and I'm applying that all over the lid. It's a really nice like yellow gold color. You can probably use your finger for this too, but I just prefer to use brushes. I'm taking a pointed fluffy brush, and I'm going to take Oak from the Metal Matte palette and put that, which is a dark brown color, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner and start to blend it with the yellow. This will just add a little bit of depth. I don't want to add too much of this because I don't want the yellow to get covered up, and I want this to be more of a light, soft look. And then I'm taking that fluffy brush again that I used the yellow for and just blending that even more. I'm going to put a little bit more Oak underneath because I'm not going to put any eyeliner on, so I just want a little bit of depth to in the inner corner. I'm just going to take the Becca highlighter and put that in there. Okay, and then I'm not going to put eyeliner with this look because I don't want to cover up the eyeshadow at all. Now I'm just going to do mascara. I always start off with my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, and then I'll top that off with the L'Oreal Miss Manga or Miss Manga Voluminous Mascara. Okay, and now for lips. I want to keep the lips pretty simple because I want the eyes to be the main focus of the look. So I'm just going to take this nude lipstick from Essence. This is called Nude Love. Very light nude. And then I'm going to put over that some of this Essence lip gloss. I don't know what it's called, but it's my favorite lip gloss ever. It's got kind of like a nudie color to it and a little bit of gold. Okay, so this is the finished look. If you like this look and you like this video, feel free to like the video and also feel free to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on my social media, which I'll put in the description and I'll probably put it on the screen somewhere as well. Thank you for everyone who already is subscribed and everyone who watches my videos and supports me, and yeah, thank you so much for watching.